track every single dollar this week, and here's what I spent in a week as a 40-year-old living in Atlanta. Let's get into it. So y'all know I have my budget workbook right here. Let me go ahead and turn to July because this is the end of the month. And y'all know near the end of the month, your girl tend to spend some money. And I spent a whole lot of money this week, but we will get on into it. So the very first thing, y'all, if you are new over here, my name is Nikki. I'm on a debt payoff journey. My goal this year is to pay off all of my credit cards and my collection account, and then I'm going to move on to the house or either the student loans. I think it's going to be the house because from what I've told, other employees at my job have gotten their student loans forgiven at their 10-year mark. My 10 years is up in September, and I'm going to try it out as well. If they forgive it, then good. If they don't, then I'll start focusing on the student loan. But in the month of August, I'm going to be focusing on, I guess, paying down the house, but we will get directly into that. So the very first thing, or I should let y'all know that I budget by categories. This just allows me to stay on track with how much money I am spending. I just categorize every one of my expenses into one of my 7 budget categories. So I'm going to be breaking down every single category and telling you exactly what I spent in each. So starting off with the most important category, which is my savings. I got my savings set up on automated draft, or matter of fact, now that I just thought about it, I paused my savings from the automated draft. So there's no more automating the savings. The only thing that is automated that is still going to be coming out of my check is retirement and my investing. But my personal savings, that is no longer automated starting with the paycheck August 1st. So this week, no money was actually put into the savings category. The next category is my home category. And this week I had my short-term disability to come out. And then I had my phone bill to come out. And the total for the home category is $257.26, which is, not bad. I may have to start using this short-term disability. Y'all, I am in so much pain. My back has been giving me so much trouble far as just being stiff early in the morning and things like that. I have to kind of like walk and stretch it out and stuff like that. But today is just irritated because last night I tried to do these little exercises that I saw on YouTube, and I guess it irritated it. And it is hurting like crazy. So I might have to start using that short-term disability because your girl is out for the count. The next category is food. And you already know your girl can eat up a budget. Your girl can eat up a budget. I already told y'all. We just going to start fresh with the food budget in August. So this week I spent $165.22 on food. Y'all know I had a week off, and every single day I was eating the budget up. So the beginning of the week, my dude was taking care of all of the expenses. And then when it got time for me to get paid on that Friday, so for the weekend, I took care of expenses. So we went to the movies, we went to brunch. We had smoothie bowls, we had smoothies. Girl, we had a whole lot of stuff. So $165.22 was spent in the food category. The next category is transportation. And you already know that I have 2 cars. I've been driving the red car, until the gas get low. I've been off for a week, so gas has really been cheap for me because I haven't had to fill up the gas tank. But this week, when I had to go back to work almost a full week, I swapped back to my regular car that I normally drive to work, and that one was already full from the last fill up that I filled up. So this week I didn't have to spend any money on gas, didn't even go to a gas station. Now when it comes to tomorrow, because of course now we got school about to start back on Wednesday, and I got a rip and run to open house and, those type of things. I don't know which car I'm going to be driving. I know the red car, you got to fill that baby up 2 times a week. It's affordable, but it's just filling it up 2 times a week. And then my silver car, I don't know. She's just on her last leg. She's the older car. But she hangs on to gas. So I don't know which one I'm going to be driving. as just, you know, a everyday car. The thing about the red car is that I have the automatic start, so I love cranking it up and, you know, warming it up in the morning. Don't have to just sit there. And I love when it's cold outside, I can have the heat going and it's warm when I get in there. Or if it's hot outside, I can have the AC going and it's cool when I get in there. Compared to the older car, you got to get in that baby and wait wait for it to warm up and things like that. But I do have seat warmers in that one, and I don't have seat warmers in the newer model. So I don't know which one I'm going to be driving come next week. It more than likely is going to be the silver car, because that hangs on to gas. I don't have to keep filling it up throughout the week, and you know, I would say it's a gas saver. Like it's on halfway already, and I done drove that all week. So I think it's pretty good on gas. The next category is subscriptions. And this week I had my iPhone storage to come out. That was $9.99. So that was only the subscription that came out this week. So super excited about that one. Now let's get to the main thing, the debt. And this is going to be a big one. Now, I don't know if you saw my video where I said that I'm pausing my savings to focus on paying off my debt. If you have not checked out that video, I'm going to link it after this one. Go over there and watch that one. Your girl have been paying off debt. Your girl have been sending extra money to this collection account, because the thing I keep twiddling with is, should I focus on the collection account or should I focus on the Discover credit card? And the Discover credit card balance was like around almost $3,800, and the collection account is around like $1,700. So I said, you know what? I'm going to be focusing on this collection account. It's the lower amount. Hopefully I can get it paid off within a month's time, compared to focus on the Discover, always saying that I'm going to pay it off, and I don't see no changes. I don't see the balance getting lower every time I send extra money over there. I mean, I do see it getting lower, but you know, with a credit card, majority of your money is going towards interest and not directly towards that balance. So I've been focusing on the collection account. I'm tired of paying $115 anyway. The reason why I'm focusing on collections, or the reason why I'm paying collection off in the first place, is because when I got this house, the lender or the home loan person told me that I had to either pay that collection off or I had to get on a payment plan in order to get approved for a home loan. So of course your girl got on a payment plan, because your girl at the time did not have that type of money, plus a closing cost, plus a down payment, plus inspection fees, plus all of these different fees to take care of no collection balance. And at the time, the collection balance was almost $4,000. So I opted to get on a payment plan. So now I'm just at this moment, I'm like, you know what? I can be using that $115. Once I get finished paying that off, I can be putting that at least towards the balance on this Discover credit card. So I've just been going back and forth with that. And I started sending extra money to the collection account this month. Sent $200 over there from my content creator money, because y'all know that I use the content creator money after I take out for taxes, put money aside for the bills and expenses, put money aside for back into the business. I use the majority of that money to pay down debt. Now, I sent $200 over there on the 12th of July. Guess what the balance is still saying? It's still saying that I owe $1,703.23, which is crazy to me. So to me, I think that they probably only update that account once a month. Maybe at the end of the month they go in and then they just clear everything out, and then a new month start fresh and it shows what you owe. I'm not exactly sure, but if I'm paying money to something, especially to some debt, I want to see the balance go down. Like, it don't have to be the next day or a few days, but I'll give you about a week. But I need to start seeing that balance going down, so that way I know I'm not sending my money over here for no reason. So that happened, and just yesterday when I got off work, I made some phone calls to people that I trust, that has really good credit scores, that is really good with the money, that don't have any debt except for their house. I asked this person, I consider this person like a financial advisor. I'm just going to be completely honest. This person is excellent in my eyes when it comes to money. I asked this person, I'm like, okay, well, what if you have this amount of money in your savings account and you could just pay off all of your debt or whatever like that? Would you do it? Like, knowing that it took me a while to save this amount of money, you know, especially after spending all my money on paying off this house and trying to get my savings back up to a safety cushion or whatever. Would you spend this money and basically use half of your savings? And he said, yeah. he said, yeah, I would do it because now the money that you have coming in will be completely yours. You won't have any bills. And I thought about that, and I thought about it, 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 and I thought about it some more. And I started looking at the numbers because that's how I navigate. I navigate by looking at the numbers. I got to write it down. I got to actually see it. It got to make sense for me. So here's what I did. I went through my accounts. I went through the Discover card. I seen how much the Discover card was. It was like, let me see. I can go on here right now. Hopefully it ain't cleared. But I can tell you what I actually paid. So I went to the Discover card first. The balance was $3,753.99. And I was like, ooh, that's a big one. Sent the payment. Then I went to the collection account. And I was like, what's the balance there? Still showing $1703.23. Now, I already know that I sent $200 over there. So, I don't know if by me making a payment, is it going to be like automatically just all of that payment going towards that balance? Or is some of that's going to be going towards the attorney fees or debt collector fees or anything like that? I don't know. So I just sent $1,500 over there. So if all that money goes towards the balance, I would be left with like $3.23, which is totally fine. I can pay that off. Then I went to the Home Depot card. Now, y'all know I share the Home Depot card with someone, and I share the Navy Federal card with someone. So I went to the Home Depot card, saw the balance. It was like $1,000. I sent $502 to the person, and I'm done with that card. Now, when I get my back pay from my job on the 29th, since they already has given us a date, I'm going to be sending whatever I get to the Navy Federal credit card. Hopefully that'll be enough to take care of my whole balance, and then I won't have no payments to make when it comes to debt in the month of August, when it comes to like loans and credit cards and that type of stuff, except for my student loans. So then I started looking at the amount of money that I had coming in. So with that being said, once I spent all of that money, that totaled up to around $5,755.99. On top of, I had just sent $600 to the Discover credit card because I was using the Discover credit card, and what I like to do is, I like to use it here and there or whatever so that they won't close, and then I'll just pay the balance, what I spent by the time that the due date is due or whatever. So I had just sent $600 to the Discover credit card on the 14th. However, it did not clear until, this time frame. But $5,755.99 I spent on Saturday. Then I started looking at the amount of money that I had coming in. So I started looking at all of my side hustles. So I already see that with YouTube, I am around, let's see. Right now, currently, I'm around $243.20 on YouTube. The money's not out. We still got about, 4 or 5 more days left in this month for me to kind of like maybe get it up to $300. I don't exactly know. But $243.20 as of today. Then I looked at my LTK, which is my biggest platform that I make money on when it comes to my side hustle. So my LTK, I promote outfits, I do beauty, I just do lifestyle content over there. If someone is interested in any of the items that I'm recommending, they click on it, they buy it, I get commission from it. So I went over to LTK and I looked at my earnings, because I never really look at my complete earnings. I just looked at what I've made for that, for the last 7 days, the last 30 days, and for that month. So when I went over and looked at my open commissions on LTK, I have over $2,031.07 that is supposed to be cashed out to me. So that's already like $2,200 from that $5,500. Now, when you think about my full-time job, now I've already was putting $250 aside for savings. So I get paid 3 times in the month of August. So that's 3. If I still decide to do $250, that's $750. So with $2,200 with $750, that's already $3,000. And then, like I just told you, I don't have any bills now except for my main bills, the subscriptions that I have, food I got to take care of, gas I got to put in my car, things like that. So now I don't need all of the $4,000 that I was budgeting for. I probably only need around $3,000 for every single month for budgeting. So when I make $4,000, guess what I actually have? I have an extra $1,000 that I can be sending to savings. So when I start looking at the numbers like that, and then plus I have other stuff going on as well. I have blogging where I get paid for to write blog posts and have the ads on there, and I also get paid for commissions on there as well. I also get paid from Amazon. I also get paid from my digital sales of my workbook. I also sell things from my home. I also do TikTok shop. I get paid to post on Facebook and Instagram. So I have all of those things coming in. Matter of fact, this month I actually got paid $488 from Facebook just from posting short form videos over there. So it's just like I looked at all that money and I said, you know what? I will have that $5,000 probably by the end of August, or maybe even at the end of September. So it's just a temporary loss right now, but I know in the long term I'm gonna get a better gain for my reward, if that makes sense. So I'm not really happy about spending the money because I don't see the money actually coming in just yet. I'm seeing it dwindle in. So like I said, I've already gotten paid from the Facebook. I get paid from my digital products. I've gotten paid from my blog posts already. I'm getting paid from YouTube next month. It's just so money is going to be rolling in. I know it's going to be coming in. I'm definitely going to be keeping y'all updated. But yes, girl, your girl don't have any debt payments to pay to no collection account, nor do she have to pay to anybody's credit card. So I'm super excited about that, and I'm ready to start seeing my money sitting in my savings account. Last but not least, fun/sinking funds. And I did a whole lot of shopping. Y'all know back to school is going on. Y'all know your girl just love to shop in general. And the reason why I said I was just going to go ahead and get my shopping out of the way, because next month your girl is doing a no-spend month. She's going to be using the stuff that she's already bought, and she's going to be dressing that stuff up and using what she got at home, basically. Point blank period. I'm going to try not to eat out, and I'm going to try not to go thrifting and to buy no clothes or none of that type of stuff. The reason why I've really been shopping like that, because I have picked up weight. I've mentioned that in several videos. I have picked up weight, and I'm still trying to find my style when it comes to these new clothing, because the clothing that I was buying or that I used to like, it don't look good on my body anymore. So I'm having to like try out different things and try new styles. And I use the thrift store to do that because it's more affordable. And then plus back to school is going on, so I'm still shopping for my son for back to school. Anytime I see I can catch something for a little deal, especially on jeans, that's typically what I thrift. Jeans or whatever, I'm picking them up, because who want to pay $100 for some jeans when you go to the thrift store and pay $6.99 or something like that? So $254.55 actually went on shopping this week. So the total spent this week is $1,287.02, not counting the $5,755.99 that I actually pulled out of my savings, because it was spent, but it wasn't money that was spent out of my income. This was actually spent out of the income money that I had budget for this month. Now, I'm going to speak more about, me paying off this debt in another video. So that's all for this video. Make sure you go back and check out that video where I told you I'm pausing my savings to focus on paying off debt. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.